Good morning. Welcome back. In your consumer news here, January is often referred to as divorce month due to a noticeable increase in divorce filings during this time of the year. Many couples delay their decision to separate until after the holiday season to avoid additional stress and maybe some expenses as well. Joining us is certified divorce financial analyst Kathy DeWitt & Dunn from DeWitt & Dunn Financial Services. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Glad to have you here. Let's just jump into this. What really causes the spike in divorces at the beginning of the year?
Well, a lot of people try to keep it together for the holidays and families get together and things happen. And, normalcy is really something that people want to have during the holidays. But finally, when it's all said and done, a lot of people like to bring in the new year. And they've decided they want to move forward and get divorced. So we see a big rise in filings in the month of January.
Yeah, with you, in finances, Kathy, if a couple is considering a divorce, where should they start when it comes to finances?
Well, first of all, we need to get a checklist and we want to make sure that it's going to be amicable because divorces can be very expensive. We need to look at, our credit cards, look at our credit report, take a look at all of our financing, our retirement accounts, and you need to make a list and we need to do an inventory to see where are we, where do we need to go, and how are we going to divide everything up.
Yeah, what about taxes, retirement savings?
Yeah, that is a really big struggle because when you're going through a divorce, a lot of people don't understand, the taxes, when we divide up a house, the taxes are different than on our retirement accounts, long-term, short-term capital gains. So it's really important to sit down with an advisor or perhaps someone like me that can help you navigate the tax complexities of a divorce.
Yeah, because, there's studies out there that show, people in their golden years right now are getting divorced. And I'm sure there's a lot of things you've accumulated as a couple that may be hard to work through. Because what should each person be thinking about during this process?
What you need to really figure out is where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And how are we going to make this as less complicated as we possibly can? And when you look at the taxable events on all of the assets, we really need to make sure that we have a strategy in place that's going to help us with that. And then we need to look at our spending habits because once we've had a household where we've had two incomes coming in and now we're going down to one income, that really is going to impact you long term. And you may have to make sure that we have an emergency fund because along the way, anything can happen. By having a plan and working with somebody, it's really going to really help you through 2025 and get through this process and then now going on to become single.
Yeah, Kathy, this is a big thing here, and it's just the truth of the matter. But what happens, if the two are just butting heads and can't come to an agreement on something?
Oh, we see that all the time. And I think the biggest challenge is you're going to need to find an attorney that's going to sit down with you to navigate it. And remember, it's very expensive if we can't come to an agreement ahead of time. It does happen, but find the right attorney that's going to help you make the right decisions and make sure you look at all of the implications going forward.
All right, Kathy, thank you so much for joining us. Great insight. Literally had no idea January was deemed divorce month.
It is.
My gosh. All right, Kathy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.